Alright, hey guys, and everyone else. The other day I did the conversion for the tachometer and stuff like that. This is the clock one. I'm going to show you how I did it with just opening this and everything. They're all exactly the same. Everything's the same. When you're doing these, you just plug the things back in, and this is the speedo. They're all exactly the same. They've got the same wiring, everything. So if you ever want to do it to a auto car to have just the revs or something, and you want like a digital clock, which that one has in the car, you can do that. Alright, so I'm going to show you how to open these, and yeah. Also, these are just light bulbs. They just come out. If you need to change one, you can change the LEDs. Doesn't really matter. You can get them off the internet for like $5 for like a set of 20. Alright guys, when opening these, just do be careful not to break any of the bulbs, because then you have to replace them, of course. They do work without one in them, which is fine, but obviously you don't want one that's not broken. With these, you want to take off the little screw doors, or screw fittings for the clock and the speedo. This, keep on somewhere safe. I'm just going to chuck it there because I don't really need it. This is just a backup, just in case anything breaks. I might sell it, might not. But there's these clips here, and here, and here. You just pop them out, and the front face from here all pops off, and then you can get to the mechanics and stuff out there. Let's do that now. It's a bit of a tricky thing because you have to pop them off at the same time, and you have to do it with a screwdriver almost. There's one. There's the other. That's the front. Then you flip it over and do the back. The back's probably the easiest bit to do. And there we go. We got the thing off. All right, and then that face just comes off. Make sure you don't knock any of these. So they're the things that operate your clock and everything else. With this, just make sure you don't break it. They are specific to the clocks or the tachometer ones. Otherwise you're going to have this hole here for the clock. Everything's the same, it's just on here the clock's been replaced with a tachometer, and here, as you can see, there's a little hole here for the clocks, and on this side these pop out. You just pop them out really easily. They're just stuck in there with a little bit of force and bent metal. So that's that. The other side. All these, if you really want to change them, you can. You can replace them, fix them up if your fuel filter, if your fuel gauge is broken or your temp gauge is broken, you can replace them. They're really easy. They're just screws on the back. Alright, so when replacing them, on the back, some of them will either have these nuts on them. The nuts are the activators, so they've got around here they've got the copper, or whatever it is. I'm pretty sure it's copper. But here they're just connected. They're just sticky taped, sometimes with some tape. Sticky tape. Or some electrical wire, just so that it stops it from grounding on anything. So yeah, you just take the screws out and make sure you hold the front face, because it does come out the front. So we'll just take that off, and there it is. Almost lost it. Alright, flip it back over, and the entire system just comes out. And it's pretty easy to replace them. A lot of people, they try and wind them back. If you've got two, like I had my original that was in my car, you just swap these over. They're exactly the same. On some of them they have like the Corolla Japanese thing here instead of Toyota. Doesn't really matter, these don't get seen at all, really, that often. Because they're on here, they'd be underneath. Yeah, I'll show you. They'll be underneath anyway. So that's what it would look like. You don't see them, but If you want to get aftermarket ones, you just need to make sure that the revs are equal to 1 kilometer on there. A lot of things do have the exact same speedo cable attachment for your speedo cable, and it's pretty easy to see how things work in here. This just opens up the cog meter on the top, see? And it's just a little lever really with the spring on the back. Yeah. Alright, so we're in the car at the moment. We've done a few other things since you guys seen it last. We've installed a nice new steering wheel. It was a little worn, but we repaired it with some leather repair kit stuff, just some extra hydrating cream. It's a nice 90% personal wheel. We just got a cheap Chinese Boss kit. They're pretty good, and it came with a nice horn button for there. You can replace the little thing behind it, but we couldn't figure out how. Well, I couldn't figure out how, and I didn't want to break it just in case. There we go. So these, as you can see, the front plate, it doesn't have the clock in there. This is the tachometer one, and they're exactly the same. They've got the clock in here, nice digital clock. So yeah, that's basically the only differences between these. Instead of having a clock here, it's got the clock here where the Toyota badge usually is. These, they're exactly the same. They just pop in behind the dash, and when replacing these, all you need to do is take out the screws that are below here and in here. This comes off. You might need to take the knobs off from the old radio if you've still got the old radio in your car. And this little button here for the rear demister, if your rear demister is in your car, just needs to be pushed in a little, just so it's a bit more flat, because it does catch on that little bit, and sometimes in here as well. So when that comes off, I'm not going to take it off now because I've already done it, but when that comes off, you need to make sure there's 4 screws. I only put 3 because I lost one behind the dash when I took it off, when I replaced them. You just need to make sure you put the screws back in, or take the screws out, and when taking it off, it will stay there, won't rock around, because you need to reach underneath the dash here and take the speedo cable out, which connects into here. With the speedo cable, it's just a push in and turn, or turn and pull out, depending on what you're doing, in or out. And then just you can pull it a little bit forward, it'll come to about here, and you can unclip the clips on it. The electrical clips are fine. They're just a pinch and then pull out with the clip. They're super easy to take out. But we'll show you how it works. So we'll start the car now. We started it before, and it is quite a warm day, so it doesn't take much. But we've got that. That works. But we're not going to move the car, so it's not going to move anything. But as you can see, the revs do work. You open the throttle or the choke, and it makes the revs go up to 2,000 almost, or 1.5. It's a good feature if you're going to change your car to a manual, like we're going to do later on. Manual cars, if you don't really have a rev meter, then you have to listen to your engine the entire time, and doing that in a car these days is pretty annoying when you don't listen to music or anything like that. So yeah, when we're doing the conversion on the car later this year, this whole dash is coming off. The annoying bit about it is with the pedals, when they're in auto form, there's 2 different pedals, but when you've got a clutch and a brake pedal, they're both in the same thing, and they have to go over the steering column. The steering column doesn't come down at all. There are a few bolts in here. We could possibly drop it, but we might be able to swing it around just a little bit. Then we're gonna have to screw the holes in the firewall, everything like that. Super easy to do in this car, guys, because the only difference in this car with the autos is that the autos are just a longer gearbox and they don't have a clutch. With the 5-speed transmissions, they're a hydraulic clutch. With the 4-speed like we've got, it's just a cable. Alright guys, we're in front of the car. outside. It's been sitting here for a little bit. We're getting spider webs all over the front and everything because we're sitting in a fairly rural area. We've taken off the front here, the license plate. The license plate was a super annoying thing to do. The back came off pretty easily, but the front, the bolts were basically threaded, and I had to get out with an angle grinder and grind them off. That annoyed the hell out of me, and I'm glad that it's done. Moving back to the back of the car a bit further, we've redone the window wipers. Window wipers are brand new, longer, 22-inch ones. The original ones were about half that size. They were absolutely annoying and only got to about here. Now the entire windscreen is done. It's great. Moving back to the driver's door, we replaced the driver's door. The driver's door was completely rusted out. We could poke holes in it down here. This door is completely rust free. It's great. We've put on KE71 doors because the other door was an KE71 door as well, and we've gotten some mirrors, some nice mirrors from I think the GL wagon. They don't specifically fit the regular sedan doors, but they're pretty good. They give it a nice seal, and I think it looks absolutely amazing from the front. Moving back a bit further, we've got the same old semi-rusted surface door. This door is probably the only door that wasn't completely rusted through. Moving back a bit further, we've still got the boot. I'll show you the boot. I think you guys have seen it really, but it actually looks really nice. We'll take out these. These are just in here to make sure that no water pulls up and doesn't rust the car a bit further. So it's nice and blue in here now. I was going to spray paint in a bit of white, but it kind of mixed and didn't do too well. Got a spare tyre of the Steelies that came with the car. Jack's over here, nice jack, and everything like that. So in here is rust free now. We've painted over it. We've got the caps on everything. This is how rusty they were, guys. Not even a circle anymore. On this side, if I can get them off, these ones are completely circular. That's what they were meant to look like, complete circle. But now, those are all rusted. Yeah, so awesome, guys. We need to get rid of the rust holes that are in here. All of these holes though, they're not going to rust anymore because we put rust converter on them, so it stopped them from rusting. This is just a little bit of paint that can come off. But we cleaned the badges. The badges, if you guys remember, had a hell of a lot of grass and moss and everything growing on them. Absolutely annoying. We need to fix the back windscreen because over on that side, the little connectors, as you can see here, the one that's connected on that side has fallen off, and we need to solder that back on, and then it'll work, everything like that. On this side, we've got an awesome, nice new door. This one is also off an KE71. We need to give it a bit of paint, but we'll do that when the entire car is done. We'll paint the entire car. Let us know, guys, on our Instagram, Snapchat, whatever, maybe even the Facebook page. Let us know what we should paint it. We've got a photo up. We were going to either paint it red, yellow, this blue, or paint it back to the original white. Let us know, guys. So yeah, this is a nice blue door. It's got the ever familiar spider webs, and that's all awesome in there. We've got a whole bunch of crap in here, guys, at the moment, but we've got the nice new vinyl seats. Well, not new, but pretty good. A lot nicer than the ripped old carpet, shitty cotton seats that we had before. So yeah, guys, this is the entire car. We've also done this door as well. We took off the little KE70 one striping. We need to take off the remaining rubber sealants on this door and on... No, I don't think that one door has it, but this one, when we did it, we scratched it up a little and it was a little rusty, so we just give it a bit of a spray paint to stop the rust and seal it a bit better. But yeah, guys, we've replaced the locks, so we've got nice new keys and stuff now. So We are going to replace them with Solex locks. Solex locks are those circular ones that you usually see on your alarms in your car. If you've got an alarm on your car and it sometimes goes off. But the Solex locks are the circular ones. Those ones can't be screwdrivered like a lot of old cars are. To do these, they're pretty easy to do. They're annoying as hell when people steal your car. But yeah guys, there's a lot of stuff to do left on the car. One is fix the rust holes that are here. They're pretty easy to fix because they're not rusted all the way through. They're just around that area where it usually rusts with the circle, with rain, sorry. We just need to take these two silver bits off, the chromy bits, and cover it. Might need to grind it back a bit, and we can just putty it back up and put some fiberglass filler in there. Here as well, we need to do a little bit here, and of course in the boot. The biggest, most annoying rust bits besides the boot is this bit over here. This bit has been filled before. You can see just in here there's a bit of, if I get the key out, just here there's a bit of filler, and that's really annoying. Just there guys, someone's put filler in there before and not bothered to fix it properly. Also in here as well is another hole which we need to take this and this off to fix. Other than that guys, the car is perfect, and then we can start on the manual conversion. The manual conversion doesn't take too long, it's pretty easy to do, and yeah, everything's going awesome guys. Thanks for watching, and yeah, say hello Samson. Samson's behind the camera today. What's up?